Hi, it's Renee Nadeau here. Okay, so in the last blog post we talked about the knowing and what is the difference between knowing something and thinking that you know something. And so today what I want to talk about is when you're really in those situations, having those days where you just don't know what to do. You're just pushing against something and just going like, I don't know, and you're kind of in this tunnel vision. And so what I want to talk to you about today is how we can expand and open and allow yourself to be free and bring in that knowing. So the main thing that I want to talk to you today, and the main word, is inspiration. Because when we have inspiration, we have knowing. When we're inspired, when we're inspired, we have that inspired action. We have that opportunity to step into that inspired action, because the inspiration is part of the knowing. And so when we don't have the inspiration, it's hard to see the knowing. So how do we bring in inspiration? Well, the thing with inspiration is you cannot force it. You cannot ask call upon it at any moment. Inspiration is not available to us like that. When it comes like that. But it's not a conscious decision to have inspiration. It is a allowing. It is a intention of knowing that you're going to go through a process and allowing yourself to bring in that inspiration. Inspiration is in the air. It comes unexpectedly to us. So you ask, well, if I need inspiration to have the knowing in terms of what kind of actions I want to do to continue on my journey towards whatever it is that I'm going towards, I'd be like, well, what do I do? What do I do then? And so what I want to share with you and tell you what to do, I don't want to tell you what to do. I want to tell you what things you can, what state of being you can be in to allow the space for the inspiration to come. Because a lot of times we're walking around, when we're doing the things that we think we should do, we're doing the thinking things, when we're throwing ourselves out there and just thinking we should do these things, when we don't have that excited knowing, that excited inspiration, then, well, sometimes when we do those things, if we're not in the right state of being, we're closed off. We've closed and shut the doors to that inspiration to come in and move through us. So the first thing that you would want to do, the first way of state of being that you want to be in order to allow inspiration to come through to you, is to set an intention. So is to set an intention of what it is that you're wanting. Okay? A clear intention. Not just the intention of, I want some inspiration. I'm intending on having inspiration. It's the intention of, I intend on moving through with ease. I intend on doing this one action with ease. I intend to be present. And we'll talk about presence in the next post here. But I intend to be here. I intend to allow whatever comes to come. Okay, so let's actually look at something some kind of action that you can do right now. So think of something in your mind that you can do right now that is an action. And it's not something you think you should do. It's just an action that you might enjoy doing, or an action, something maybe if you're working in a business, or you're going towards a journey that you're on a journey. What is a step that you can take that you really enjoy doing? Okay. It doesn't even need to be on that path. It can be, you can ask for the inspiration to come through a different angle. But so let's go for a walk. Okay, that's action. Okay, it might not be what we think we need to do, but it is moving our body, action, breathing. Okay, and before we go on to this walk, I'm going to set the intention to allow myself to breathe as clearly, to let go of anything that's blocking me from seeing what I need to see right now. It can be that simple. And you go for that walk with that intention. Okay? That can bring in presence, that can bring in the inspiration. But there's one more thing that you need to look at when you're doing this, because inspiration it comes unexpectedly. So you want to be surprised when you get inspired, because that's the power of inspiration, is when you're surprised and you can go for it. And this surprise the way you can allow yourself to be surprised is to be present when you're doing those actions, to be completely present. So in the next blog post, I'm going to talk a little bit more about presence. But with this one, I want to talk a little bit more around what happens when you do get that inspiration. When we have that inspiration within us, we want to be in a space where we are going to step into it. Because I know for me, there's been times where I've had inspiration and I've got completely overwhelmed. Well, the overwhelmedness is you're backing off, you're stepping out, you're walking away. And you've spent all of this energy you've spent life to get to have this inspiration come to you. But it's a real waste if you just allow it, if you just walk away from it, because you're overwhelmed. So when you get the inspiration, step into it. Allow it. Step into that inspiration. And shine. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. Tomorrow, the next blog post, we're going to talk about what it means to be present, because presence is another initial key of when you're intending something. The presence and patience is very much a key to it. So today, take some action in what you're doing with setting an intention of whatever it is that you want. Make sure you breathe while you're doing it, because in my beliefs, inspiration comes from the air. So it was a joy talking to you, and have an amazing day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.